Here is the father of Otto Warmbier in 2017 after his son died from the torture that he suffered in North Korea.
He's blind, he's deaf, he's got a feeding tube, and we kneel down and we hug him and try to connect with him, and he's a complete vegetable. And his bottom teeth look like they had taken a pair of pliers and rearranged them. Otto was systematically tortured and intentionally injured by Kim and his regime. And this was no accident.
That was shortly before Otto Warmbier died. Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Tom Malinowski from New Jersey. He was formerly the Assistant Secretary of State for Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor in the Obama administration. He plans to introduce a bipartisan resolution in the House affirming that Congress holds North Korea's Kim Jong Un responsible for the death of Otto Warmbier. Tom, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. I explained to the audience at the beginning of the hour tonight our connection going back to 1988, working at the same time, both of us, for Senator Moynihan of New York. You were always working on human rights issues then. Your career has stayed on that focus, and here you are now in your first year of service in the House. What was your reaction when you heard the president just totally acquit, say Kim Jong Un is innocent of the death of Otto Warmbier?
That's disgraceful, and part of a disgraceful pattern. You know, he seems to instinctively side with powerful men who are accused of moral transgressions. Go figure. In this case, bringing more pain to a family that has suffered far too much pain. And I think it's just another case where the United States Congress has got to try to be an alternative voice for America in the world. Congress has to step up and say what's right and what's wrong, what's true and what's false. And I got to tell you, I've talked to a lot of my Republican colleagues in the last 48 hours just on this issue, and they agree this is something we're going to be bipartisan on.
Yeah, your announcement tonight said bipartisan. So that means you believe you have Republican votes lined up for your resolution.
We're divided on so many things, right, in the Congress, domestic policy, even foreign policy, but not a question like this. This is so fundamental. And I think, again, it's just important that when the president goes off and says something like this or fails to say the right thing on behalf of our country, that the Congress step up and do its duty together, and I think we will.
Let's listen to what the Republican leader of the House, Kevin McCarthy, has said about this.
I do not see North Korea as somebody who's a friend. We know what happened to Otto. We know what this country has done. I support the president in his effort to denuclearize them, but I do not have a misbelief that who this leader is.
Do you think you're going to have Kevin McCarthy's vote on this vote that basically rebukes President Trump?
I sure hope so. I think it's a vote that stands up for what the United States believes in. Say what you want about President Trump. We need to speak for America.
This will really be historic in so many ways. I mean, first of all, it's just beyond belief that the Congress even has to make this statement in reaction to a president saying this. But if you are the one who introduces the resolution, finally finds the thing in which you can get Republicans, possibly even a majority of the Republicans in the House of Representatives, to vote against the president?
It won't be the first time. We just did it on NATO, right? We just overwhelmingly passed in the House of Representatives, not just a resolution, but a binding piece of legislation that says you cannot pull the United States out of NATO. When it comes to our basic values, our security in the world, who we stand with, who we stand against, I still think we're united in the Congress.
Tom Malinowski, thank you very much for joining us tonight. This is really an honor to have you in your first appearance here as a member